The objective of which is to give parents of St Mary's Primary School and North Sydney Demonstration School and others an overview of the impacts of the Western Harbour and Northern Beaches tunnels. Our speakers tonight are Larissa Penn. She'll be speaking about the impacts from construction, air pollution and environment. We also have Matt Council, who will talk about traffic impacts and solutions. We have Zoe Baker, our local council member and a school mum of North Sydney Devon School. She'll talk about development in the area and impacts on the traffic. And then we'll have Q&A at the end. There'll be an opportunity for questions at the end, so I would ask that all attendees be respectful of speakers as they've given up their time tonight to come and talk to us. Before we get to our speakers, I just want to give you a bit of an overview of why I got involved in this, and then I'll tell you what you can do, the call to action if you like. So I'm a local mother of two girls. My eldest attended St Mary's for a year and a bit before we moved over to Switzerland with my husband's work. And we lived there for about 2.5 years before deciding to move back. And when we got back, there was no spot at St Mary's for my eldest, so rather than do 2 drop-offs and 2 separate pickups, we decided to, and starting new jobs at the same time, we decided to send both girls to Anzac Park Public School, which is our local catchment. And it's a brand new facility, as you will know, purpose-built for 1,000 children. In July of last year, I heard that these motorway tunnels will be built. And after returning from Switzerland with their amazing public transport and active transport networks, I just couldn't believe it. No other modern country is building motorways in their city centre. And if the problem is congestion, then more cars are not the answer. As a parent, I'm really concerned for our children and the construction impacts and resulting pollution impact on our community from these additional motorways. With regard to the pollution, Anzac Park Public School, as you know, is already next to the 10-lane Warringah Freeway. And with these projects, there will be 2 new tunnel exits, funneling new additional traffic onto the freeway. There will be 2 unfiltered stacks within 300 metres of Anzac Park Public School, and these stacks will pump out pollution of the entire length of the southbound 3-lane Northern Beaches Tunnel and the entire length of the northbound 3-lane Western Harbour Tunnel, unfiltered. I'm a chemical engineer by background, and I know that filtration works. I was incredulous that although the World Health Organisation and the Australian Federal Government guidelines say that there's no safe limit of PM 2.5 levels, it seems that there is no upper limit of pollution at which the New South Wales State Government will consider filtration. Overseas countries either filter their long road tunnels, or those that don't allow trucks and buses through them. The New South Wales State Government claims in meetings with Anzac Park Public School P&C that air pollution concentration will not be affected. But what is our current baseline air quality concentration? No one knows. While our state government may be tasked with measuring air quality, they seem not to take their obligation seriously, and our nearest air quality monitor is in the Linfield. It is nowhere near a road, it is sitting in the Lane Cove National Park. And the state government department that runs the monitor advises on its website that the monitor is not compliant with Australian standards. The pollution stacks will use ventilation to push the pollution higher into the air, but what goes up must come down, and it's not the concentration of the pollution that matters. Like all poisons, it's the dose. And the dose, of course, is the concentration multiplied by the volume. And the volume that will be pumped out of these stacks is immense. 41 kilometres of polluting road, or a volume equivalent to an Olympic swimming pool of contaminated air, will be emitted from the stacks every 2 seconds. This equates to 43,200 Olympic pools every day and 302,400 Olympic pools every week. Anzac Park Public School, Camaray Public School, St Mary's, Marist, North Sydney Boys, Camarayville High School will all be within the impact zone of pollution. And there will be significant additional surface traffic pollution in the North Sydney area due to on and off ramps on Berry Street, Falcon Street and elsewhere. There will be construction of facilities at St Leonard's Park, near where St Mary's children play as the extension to their playground. All of the schools I've just mentioned will suffer horrendous noise, dust and truck volumes during the 6+ years of construction. I'm involved because I cannot stand by and enable this to happen. So what can you do? And here's the call to action. It's coming up front, and we'll give it to you again later. So the reference design for the Western Harbour Tunnel, Northern Beaches Link and Warringah Expressway interchange were released in August by the RMS, the Roads and Maritime Services. Consultation has been extended to December 1st, and the RMS will visit Camaray for the first and last time, at Camaray Golf Club between 12 and 4 p.m. this Saturday. Go along and ask questions. Community feedback finishes on the 1st of December. The parents' call to action is go to the RMS website where these reference designs are, pin on the site and say, I object to the tunnels because, and put one concern per pin. I think Larissa's going to show you a little bit how to do that later. Email, call or post your local member, either Gladys Berejiklian or Felicity Wilson. Say, I object to the tunnels because. If you say that, then you will get a response from your local member, otherwise it's just a comment. A template is also available at a website that has been created by stopthetunnel.org. That helps you pull together a letter if you don't have much time. Also petition, I believe that there will be a petition that you can sign as you leave this evening. Take some pages with you, get other people to sign it. A hard copy is required to be submitted to Parliament if we want Parliament to look at this. Also, Facebook pages are our modern day community hubs. Join one to stay informed, and also enable the numbers to be shown that this is a real big concern for our community. So there's this Stop the Tunnels Facebook page, Schools Against Stats, NORTAG, which is Northern Residents Tunnels Action Group, and Bring a Grey Line to the Northern Beaches. Also, schools P&C committees are requested to act on all of that above, and also write a submission to the RMS regarding the reference design around concerns for construction impacts, traffic and pollution impacts post-construction. Public schools themselves cannot react. Public schools principals, teachers and other school workers whose employer is the state government are not allowed to say anything about the impacts of these motorways. Only the P&C can. But St Mary's, Marist and Monty principals, teachers and their diocese can, and it is important that they do so on behalf of your children. So, to introduce our first speaker, we have Larissa Penn.